magnet. I know that it's something. Tell you one thing, one day I'll be stunting. Slamming doors, spending coins like it's nothing. Baby, jump in, baby, jump in. I got jokes for you. Not just smoke with you. Now you wanna smoke. Why you change up? Why you change, girl? Why you do this shit before? Why you the dog? That's me. And who got that for ya? No, that's me. I got smoke, I got Henny, I got drink. Down, I could see it in your face. Don't need to tell me what you think. So I think we should.
Hey, it's your girl, CopperColorCreations family, and I am back with a message, family. How's everybody doing out there? Yes, family, let's get it started. The name of this video is another My World video, and for those that know and have been following me, a My World video is talking about everything in my world. Yes, it was time, family. Yes, it was time. Shout out to all the generational curse breakers, everybody. Just shout out to everybody. It don't matter who you are, where you come from, where you're going. If you're listening to me, hey, I am sending all my love energy out to you. Okay? All right, family. So, like I said, the name of this video is My World. We're going to talk about this edition of My World is going to be a little different, family. This is going to be the accountability edition. Yes, accountability. Because I figure I am about to step out here. Well, I've already stepped out. I took a leap of faith, family. I'll go over that a little later. But I figure since I am holding everybody else in the world accountable, I have to hold myself accountable before I can step to the next man or woman. So, yeah, this video is all about accountability. Yes. We're going to talk about some other things. I got some visuals I want to go over. But before I get started on the video, I want to go over why I started my YouTube platform. Originally, I started to teach people how to activate their melanin. I was frustrated. I felt like I could help. To be honest with you, family, I feel like I wanted to be very transparent with my listeners, whether you're a follower or a listener. Majority of my listeners are not my followers, okay? So, and it's all good. I have no problem with that. All right, and so when I first started this channel, I said I'm going to be as transparent as possible. And for those that don't know, transparency involves being very truthful when you communicate to people. It means basically not intentionally misleading or deceiving anybody, okay? And it also involves being open, sharing my thoughts and my feelings openly with the world. So I made that decision the day I started my YouTube channel. It also involves me being authentic. And you guys already know I always preach that being authentic is your superpower. All right? And I have no hidden agendas, family. I have nothing going on in the dark that I can't stand on business or discuss to the public, meaning I have no skeletons in my closet. What you see is what you get, okay? Like I said, my intention is always pure, all right? And there are reasoning behind all of my actions. I don't just move off my emotions, all right? I go a little deeper, all right? This investigation that I'm on is not surface level, Okay? You can't just Google it. All right. All right. So, with that being said, I am going to hold myself accountable on this video, family. I have mentioned to you guys that I came out of a very abusive relationship, very manipulative, gaslighting, narcissistic relationship for the last 18 years. And I came to this platform and explained how, it took me 3 years to get away and $100,000 on lawyer's fees and a lot of heartache and pain and blah, 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 blah. But family, I failed to mention, okay? I failed to mention one thing, okay? Now, if I'm on this journey and I am speaking and standing on business and practicing what I preach, and I'm telling others that they better stand on business, I need to first hold myself accountable for my actions. So, number one, when I decided I no longer wanted to be a victim, I want to be the victor. Okay. And part of coming out of the victim mentality for me is holding myself accountable. Okay. And so I'm holding myself accountable because, I came on this platform and I bashed my ex and I bashed my family because, like I said, for those that do not know, I am at war with my family, not my whole family, my dad's side of the family, okay, and my ex. And so I speak upon things not because I am like regurgitating it and I haven't like processed it. I've processed it. I've healed over it. But it is your enemies will be your footstool. So it is a learning trigger for me. Okay, that's the only reference that I have of 18 years. I have pretty much, that was my life, being a wife, a mother, basically a superwoman. That's what we do, in this bloodline. And so, not to dip and dab on that, but what I want to say is I came to the platform and I accused them of a lot of things. And one thing I didn't take accountability is I did not accuse myself and take accountability because, see, family, I'm not innocent in this situation. And I just want to confess this to the world, the universe. No, I was not innocent when it came to my relationship with my ex and my family because, family, I knew exactly what it was and what I had. I knew I had someone that was fighting big demons and was confused and had a lot of issues going on with themselves. Okay. I got slapped with many red flags. Yes, I did. But, me being the healer that I thought I was going to, when you're in that energy of, I can fix someone, sometimes that's not the case. Sometimes people come in your life for a reason and a season. And I did not understand that life lesson. Okay. I took that life lesson and made it and made my own fairy tale with it, family. But my ancestors and the divine creator had another plan for me. Okay. And that's basically what happened. So I just want to take accountability for the fact that I'm not perfect. I'm not trying to be perfect. Number one. Okay. And I'm standing on, I don't mind saying that I was responsible for a lot of the things that happened to me. Okay. Yes, I was. Okay. I had plenty of opportunity to leave out of that relationship. I had plenty of opportunity to cut ties with my family, but I stayed because I was operating out of a heart space. Okay. My emotions, which a lot of our life lessons, family, will be to operate logically and out of our emotions as well. A balance, okay? And so I just want to get that off my chest. It's been bothering me, besides the sundown towns. My ancestors have been on. Family. Listen, I'm going to just say this, okay? All sundown towns must go, okay? There is no way, okay? My ancestors are going to keep allowing this to happen on indigenous land where our ancestors' blood is underneath the ground. Our ancestors are underneath us. Many of our ancestors were flooded out, burned out, okay? So I'm going to get into that on the next video, where I'm going to drop some bombshells, family, on what's been going on in my world, okay? But I just wanted to, I've already apologized to myself, okay? And I forgave myself for being vulnerable and low vibrational and allowing things to happen to me, and then running to this platform and blaming somebody else for my life lesson. Okay, so I am holding myself accountable, sorry, family, for that. And like I said, it's been bothering me, but I said, well, I don't know how to, address it. And so my ancestor said, just speak about it. And so I just want to, let it be known. I no longer want to play the victim in anybody's movie, life, biography, big, whatever. Okay? I don't want to play the victim anymore. All right? I want to be the victor. I want to take all my mistakes, all right, as life lessons and learn from them. All right? Okay. With that being said, I also want to discuss another thing I think people have misconstrued is when you're on your spiritual journey, or it's not even a journey, okay? Because spirituality cannot be taught, family, all right? It's an experience that you go through, okay? It's an experience that you go through. And so I just want to let everyone know that you're not going to do everything perfect. Being on, when you're awakening to your true identity, nothing's going to work out the way you want it to work out. Meaning, how can I say this? Let me see. When you're awakening to your spiritual self, and you are activating your authentic energy, you want to do things right, but no one's perfect. Meaning, I'm not perfect. I'm a curse breaker, okay? I wake up every morning, on different energies, family. Sometimes I wake up depressed. Some mornings I wake up not knowing what's going on. Some mornings I wake up, I'm about to rule the world. Some mornings I'm about to teach everybody everything. Some mornings I don't even want to move. I just want to go back to sleep. Okay? What I'm saying is, family, for anyone out there that's waking up off that same energy, it's okay to feel that way. It's normal, because the energy is changing out there. Okay? Now, let's talk about when we wake up like this. Okay? Because I have accused myself of being so busy that I don't want to continue my transformation. Meaning I'm just staying busy working, doing things that I don't want to fully transform, family. Okay? And that's a battle that I'm dealing with. See, I'm not perfect. Let me just say this. When you activate your ancestral DNA, there are so many benefits to doing that, because I wake up happy and free and all of this, but at the same time I'm still battling things. And how I overcome how I've overcame all majority of my battles, family. All right? Let me tell you what I do, okay? Because like I said, I wake up sometimes and I'm like, is this real? Especially the last 30 days of my life has changed. So, like I said, you're not going to wake up with like everything figured out. All right. You might wake up with amazing energy. Okay. You might wake up happy and free, but you still don't know what direction you're going or what's going to happen. The media is fear mongering, this and that's going on, that, and people is dying and getting sick, and so much is going on right now. So what I do to stay grounded, because it's very important to stay grounded in this season, family. What I do, let me tell you, family, I have a huge karaoke speaker in my home. I'm actually looking for something bigger because that's not big enough, okay? And so let's say I wake up feeling down or, a little heavy, thinking about all what I've been through and, where I'm at right now. You know what I do? I turn to karaoke. I wake the, sometimes, a lot of the times the family is not happy with me because I turn into a DJ. Yes, music is my frequency. I vibrate off music, okay? A lot of us telepathically communicate through music with our loved ones, with our soulmates. And so I'm big on music. And so what I do is I turn into a DJ. I turn my favorite music on and I start DJing with the karaoke. I do some karaoke sessions and I just raise the frequency. By the time I blast that music, my family's mad at me, but by the end of it, they are happy. And I have changed the mood. So I change the mood. I do all types of fun things, okay? All types of games. We have movie night. We go skating. I think of things that I loved doing in my childhood. And that's how, once again, I healed my childhood trauma, family. But I didn't stop. I stayed consistent to keep these things going. Whatever makes you happy, do the things that make you happy. What makes me happy? Being around family, kids, animals. Shout out to my niece and nephew family. They have been with me almost 30 days. For the summer, they come every year with their dog, and it has been amazing. This house has not been asleep, which has been amazing because for the whole 30 days, they have been going to bed at like 4 or 5 in the morning and just excited with great energy. But the last couple weeks, we are back on schedule, and I don't know, it happened naturally. I am about to take them back to Illinois. They landed. They landed looking like milk chocolate, and they flying back looking like dark chocolate. I told them, family, they stayed in the pool every day that they were here. And it's just, what they did was they activated me, and now I appreciate my pool a little more. Ain't that something? It takes someone to come into your home to appreciate something that you do not value. So I am just, I was happy to have them here. They activated, they motivated me. And I love kids. And I enjoyed this summer. Am I looking forward to school starting? We are back to school already. And am I happy about, no. I'm not happy about back to school because I enjoyed my mornings sleeping in a little. I get up every morning between 3 and 4, but sometimes I just want to sleep in. So I have been enjoying all of this freedom of doing whatever I wanted. And now that I'm back into these YouTube streets, um, the kids are going back to school, so I'm able to get a lot done, family. All right. So let's get started in this video. Like I said, I'm about to hold some people accountable. I'm holding myself accountable. I'm about to hold the United States of America, corporate, non-corporate, the USA Corporation, the British realm, the English realm, whatever realm you are involved in the hijack of my identity, I'm going to hold you accountable. So that's why I'm talking about it, and that's why I want to move forward with not only holding myself accountable, but I'm about to stand on business, family, okay? All right, now, so although I don't have a lot of visuals for this video, I just wanted to talk about some things. I do have some notes. I've been journaling of some things that I want to discuss about this video. So, like I said, I want people to know who we truly are as a people, okay? I think the world has hijacked us in a way that the world truly don't know who we are. And when I say we, family, I mean the so-called African Americans, okay? Because I can only hold a safe space for my so-called African Americans. I can only advocate for my so-called African Americans. Although I have love for other nations and races, yes, I do, I must stand on business when it comes to reclassifying back to my true identity, family. And that's what's going on in my world, okay? So that's what this video is about. Let's talk about it. So many of us, our ancestors, were labeled colored on their birth certificate or death certificate. Shout out to my great-grandmother, Phoebe Johnson, okay? Her birthday is August 13th, 1880. She died September 27th, 1953, okay? Now, family, what I discovered about my great-grandmother is that she was born a Nansmund Indian in 1880, and she died as a colored race, okay? And so for those that don't know, we have a guy by the name of Plecker, and I am going to pull the original transcript from the Library of Virginia, family, because if you can't see on the next video that I'm going to do is called To My Fellow So-Called African Americans, and I'm going to release the so-called Indian birthright Indian inheritance last name that the Plecker fool, I called him a fool, that what Plecker, the statement he made in 1953 is, what he did was he took some of our ancestors and just labeled them colored, which cut them off their birthright lands. Yes, I said that. Land patents, family. And these are the last names of these people. You can get the official transcript from the Library of Virginia, but I'm just researching my family's last names and all the last names that are involved in my genealogy. Now, I have a lot of genealogy trees that are connected. So I'm doing, once again, excuse me, I'm doing the Johnson family tree. I'm doing the Williams family tree. I am doing the Price family tree, the Harris family tree, the Beatty family tree. I think that's it. And let me see what else. I think there are so far, okay? And, oh, Martin, Ferguson and Martin, all right? If you know anyone, there are other last names connected, but I am going a little bit deeper with those last names. So if you know anyone with those last names, you know, whether they are awakened or not, at least plant a seed and let them know, hey, you know, that's an Indian last name. Because we have two bloodlines, family. Okay, we have two royal bloodlines mixed into us. We have a royal Irish European bloodline, and I'm going to release those last names as well. And we have an Native American bloodline, and this is the bloodline in which the 1953 Walter Plecker plucked your ancestors up out of the genealogy to cut you off from your birthright land that you own just by being born. Yeah. You own your land patent just by existing because of who your ancestors were, family. Okay? All right. Excuse me. Now, in my world, what's going on in my world? I don't even know where to begin, but family, like I said, my genealogy did a 360, okay? I went from being a long-term lineal descendant to a direct lineal descendant of Matuka, aka Pocahontas, aka Rebecca. Okay, so that changed my whole life. That changed my genealogy, and it's going to change many of my followers and my so-called soul tribe and the African Americans who follow me, because I have unlocked a lot of gems for us, family. Okay, so what have I been doing? Your girl turned into, although, you know, back in Chicago, one of my besties I used to run the streets with was an entertainer lawyer, Mr. Walls. He was the most corrupt, deceiving attorney that I knew, but he, you know, he had a good heart, whatever. And he had a good heart, and he was very smart, and I learned a lot from him. And so what I did was I took those gems, and I am my own paralegal. Any paralegal or attorney that I hire, I always like to do the groundwork and have them as like a little assistant. I know it's crazy, but that's, you know, I like to do the work. I like to do the research and just have them say, hey, what do you think? Let's agree. And I like to kind of, you know the ins and outs, the ups and downs of something, especially legal work. So what I found out was that when we were cut off from our birthright inheritance, it was due to the reclassification of our ancestors' birth certificates and death certificates. So what I have done is turned into my own paralegal, family. I am dealing with, I'm going to name them. I'm dealing with at least 25 institutions, all the way from Virginia to Washington, D.C., all the way over to England, the British, United UK, all the way over there, okay? And so it's a lot of paperwork. It's a lot of things that have to be done. And like I said on my last video, I am going to be the blueprint for my people because my people don't understand what is going on and what happened to them. So I am going to make it clear as day. But one thing I want to say is, family, I try not to spend so much time on social media. So when I take my breaks on social media and I open my phone up and the first couple things that scroll in, that's in my third eye vision, I catch it and I'm like, wow. It's something my ancestors wanted me to see, okay? Now, like I said, for those out there who think you've taken a 23andMe or an ancestry test, the 23andMe and ancestry test so far are rigged. Those are not honest results, okay? All right, so let's say you took that test and it said you had African, Nigerian, Jamaican, whatever. All right, but your true ancestors were Native American, Negro, found here on American soil, okay? So you have to really reevaluate your genealogy, okay? Because once again, no one wants us to know who we are. Let's go to a visual. And I'm going to use this visual, family, because it's very important that we look at this at a very open, wide view of what's going on. Okay, let's take the Plecker's letter. There's a transcript that looks better on the next video. I'm going to name every last name that Plecker turned into color and took your ancestors' birthright from you. We're going to nip all of this in the bud, okay? Now, it's crazy that I have to mention this, but I'm not promoting hate. I am just promoting truth. And the truth will set you free, okay? All right, family. All right, let's go. So, where do we want to go? We got this visual up, right? But there's a post I want to go over. Let me try to get both of these up at the same time. Hold on, family. Let's see here. Okay, so these two right here. So this guy, is it Noonan or whatever his name is, but I don't think I follow him, but it came down my timeline. I think this was on my Facebook. Oh, yes. It was tagged through Damian Michaels, Extreme, who I follow. And this is what this brother said. Now, I don't support everything he said, but a majority of it. Let's read it. He says, World War III and the Great Reset. Tartarian and the Haitian Empire. He says, I finally get it now, is when the Indians rise up to who they are, royal Anunnakis, and realize that every nation in the world is at war with us, even the Africans, and operating together as one force to take our identity. That's why everyone that comes to America gets grants and etc. besides us, the true children of God, the divine creator. Now that we woke up to who we are, and we want our land and Tartarian buildings back, it's going to be a war against us. And the entire world has to give us our ish back. So by law, they're going to have to. That's beginning. Realizing The world war is literally the world against us. This ish is deep. So prepare, tribe, nation. We are back online once again, and they gonna go to war with us again, causing World War III. The other two was when they bombed the F out of us, taking our ish. Damien Michaels Extreme, I need you on this one because we got the ASS now. Okay. Now let's go ahead and I want to family, I want to go over this. I want to dissect this. All right? Number one, like he said, we are at war with the Africans. Family, what you're going to see, if you haven't already, a lot of these nations, Africans, all of these nations that I have that I'm showing on this screen, okay, they know who we are. They came against us. They sold us out. You know, they either stole our resources, you know, or acted as if they were us, okay? So they came against us, all right? We are at war with them, all right? And so they were so slick and the greatest scheme of acting like they were us so we could claim their ancestors and they can hide underneath our umbrella so they wouldn't get their karma or reap what they sow. Wow. Isn't this amazing that, you know, what I've been saying about these different races coming against one particular race of people? There is one particular race of people that the whole world is against. All right. So you're going to see, like I said, now I've got some fellow African buddies, some fellow Jamaican buddies, my Arab buddies, I got my Vietnamese girls, and I have mad love for them. But that does not take away the fact that my identity was stolen, okay? And that I must connect to my true ancestors, okay? Without people bashing me and calling me wobbles and telling me I'm confused. And so what I'm about to do is I am about to change the narrative, family. I have been writing to, like I said, the 25 institutions so we can reclaim our truthful identity. It starts with somebody got to do it, okay? All of this talking about it, I'm Pocahontas this, I'm related to this, I'm that. Instead of us talking about it, I decided I want to be about it. It's time to really stand on business instead of saying, I want to stand on business. Okay? All right? Because, like I said, the guy that made this emblem of America was from the British realm. What does the British know that we don't know about America and who we truly are? Okay? And that we're not African. Because all of my life, okay, all of my 44 years, shout out to the 144,000 out there waking up. All of my 44 years, I was told I was African. Did I believe it? No. My grandmother had already told me I was Indian. Okay? Shout out to Marie Harris. Marie Harris, okay? She let you know when you came through that door in her house that she was Indian. Okay? You see this? What are these? Who are these people, family? Huh? Who are these people? Huh? Who are these people right here? These are the pictures my grandmother, instead, the picture my grandmother had, it was a picture. of a Negro Indian with hair down to her ankles. Okay? My grandmother knew who she was. I don't have to second guess, well, am I African? Am I this? I knew who I was already. Okay? So no man could tell me who I was. I knew who I was. Was I confused? Yes, I was confused with the Irish genealogy because I didn't know that we had Black Irish. I assumed exactly what the world assumed. I assumed things. You know, when you assume things, that is the most horrible thing you can do. Family, I have learned, please don't be out here assuming things. Assumptions are very tricky. Okay? Just like, I assumed that, my ancestors that were from Ireland were Caucasian. That's what I assumed. Okay? I assumed that. I assumed that my ancestors were from Africa. I assumed that. Yeah. Just like a lot of people are out here assuming. The whole world assumed that we were African. The first thing that they say is, go back to Africa. I got cussed out and ripped up so many times, from a different race telling me to go back to Africa. And I'm looking at them like, but I'm from here. My ancestors are from here. Okay? So I got stuck in the genealogy process because I refused to acknowledge my royal European blood that runs in my bloodline, family. And you can't deny it. And no, they weren't Caucasian with red hair. That is a hybrid of your ancestors. And that's your job to get your ancestors' birth certificates and start working up your genealogy, okay? Because you will assume a lot of things that are not true. Okay, for instance, family, they tell us Africa is the motherland, okay? And that's not true. Africa is not the motherland, okay? All right? They say Africa has a lot of resources and gold, and Africa has this and Africa has that. Who told you Africa has all the resources and gold and Africa has all this? Where is the proof? All I see Africa having is a bunch of war, chaos, fighting over land. Those tribes over there, they're not, they don't even know each other. They're like a million tribes put in one melting pot to survive on a mass of land together. Come on now, And so, we assumed a lot of things, And it's very important for you to teach your children this truth, family. Once you find this truth out, okay, it's very, very important. All right? Like I said, America got all, okay, you know what? This is how, I got a question for people who assume Africa has the resources. Okay? Let's go back to what this brother was saying. Number one, what country in America where everybody in the whole world is trying to move to risk their lives to get here in America? I don't see nobody risking their life to get to Africa. I don't see nobody trying to be an African citizen, but I see everybody in the world wanting to move over to America to be a citizen over here to the land of milky and honey, though. I do see that, though. I want you to meditate on that. Ask yourself this. Why ain't nobody running over there to where all the gold and the temples and the royalty in the land of Israel, the sacred land, the holy land? Why ain't nobody running over there to Africa? Huh? Why is every nationality in the whole wide world, why they want to move over here to America? That's what you need to be asking yourself, family. Who are you and who is these foreigners coming over here, taking your identity, stealing your land, and then calling you lazy, a bum, stupid, dumb, crazy? Come on now. I'm not going to spend too much time on this video, but family, the name of this video is called My World, and I'm discussing what's going on in my world, okay, family? And I'm very passionate for those that are listening to me, okay? Take my aggression for passion, okay? I have my ancestors in me and they are fed up, okay? I'm not, family, I'm not stepping out of my vibration or lowering my frequency anymore to accommodate anybody operating on a lower frequency. That's not how life is going to work moving forward on this new energy, okay? Now, I did the inner work, all right? I elevated for a reason, all right? My ancestors chose me to be a curse breaker. I did not choose myself, okay? Now, if it was up to me, family, I bought 36 acres up in Highland Desert, the border of New Mexico. I bought a fifth wheel. I spent thousands of all types of off-grid things for me and my family. I wanted to run up that mountain. That was my plan, okay? I wanted to take my heartbreak. I wanted to take all my emotions and just run. But unfortunately, family, my ancestors said, no, baby girl, we got plans for you. Bring that ass on back. And so here I am, family. I'm not who many think. I don't get on this platform trying to be a fairy. She was a fairy. No, I am not that. Okay? I am someone, 75% of the time, I can't be around people. Okay? I don't like going out to the public. It is hard for me to walk into the grocery store. I got to do a whole meditating ritual before I walk in the grocery store. You know, I'm not who many think I am. I'm not materialistic. I am not, how can I say this? I'm not one of them. I'm one of those, family. You know, I am not high, like bougie. I just know how to I'm good with accessorizing. I'm okay. I'm very good at making something, nothing out of something. I am like a Build-A-Bear. I could build a bear up. And that's what that's what I believe in. Helping people out, raising people's frequency and things like that. And so I just want to be transparent with the people that are listening to me. Okay? All right. Now, what else I want to talk about? Let's talk about these elders. All right. I want to talk about the curse breaking situation of what's going on here. If you were called by your ancestors to be a curse breaker and you are a so-called okay, African American, then you know at this point what you need to be doing. I mean, I have a lot of videos on generational curse breaking. I'm going to do another video on curse breaking. I'm gonna do everything I said I was doing in divine timing though. When I say I'm gonna do something, I'm gonna do it, family. If I don't do it right away, that means divine got me doing something else. So right now, I have transformed into my paralegal energy because I'm a jack of all trades. I wear a lot of you know, things under my belt. I'm pretty much good at anything. I think a lot of us divine beings out there, we are good at anything we put our mind to. Okay, and that's me. You ask me to do something, I'm going to say, show me. You show me one time and I got it. And that's just my energy. That's how I operate. Okay, family? All right, now. So let me get into my journal because I want to talk about, as a curse breaker, these elders out here. And I know, like I said, when I'm speaking about my experience, I know I'm not the only one going through this experience. And I tried to make this video as short as possible, but I'm not going to rush this type of information. Number one, I have my elders that are upset at me. You know, my aunts and uncles. You know, we got aunts and uncles out here. The same generation that corrupted us, that touched a lot of us, you know, they're upset at us because we're breaking generational curses. Okay? They're jealous of us because they had 75. We talking about, I got an uncle that sent me a message. He got to be in his 70s. He mad at me because I'm breaking generational curses, and I am releasing family secrets, and I don't understand. I am breaking these curses to free them, their kids, and all of our ancestors. I don't understand why I have these jealous aunts and uncles, wanting to come after me, talking about, you're too young to be the family matriarch, and you're too young, and you got to run in with the law. I'm like, what? Hold on. I said, since we holding everybody accountable, and since my family is gossiping about me, because I'm about to expose a huge family secret when it comes to my family. And yes, I'm about to expose everything. I'm putting it all out there because my family, I got public figures in my family. My family is not a secret, okay? I have the grandfather of hospitals, my great uncle, Dr. Daniel Hale Williams. There's no, the generational curse breaker in my family. He prayed for me to come forward in this. My ancestors were waiting for someone like me. Okay? So the aunts and uncles that are coming for me and that are listening to me, because I know you're listening to me, because you wouldn't be knowing what I'm talking about. This message is for you. Okay? I had one run-in with the law at the age of 18. Okay? All right, family. And I have not ran in with the law any further and don't plan on to, okay? Because I am the law, all right? And I'm about to bring the law back here on U.S. soil, all right? It's called balance. And, a lot of our ancestors, aunts and uncles, are upset because I'm exposing their secrets. I'm exposing everybody's secrets. When you are a curse breaker, you don't just sit there and let the cycle keep on continuing. Okay? They are attacking me. They want me to shut up. I'm not no man-served creature. Nobody is going to stop me in breaking these generational curses, okay? I've warned my family. I've warned, many of the people that are coming against me that, hey, My ancestors chose me to break these generational curses. Okay? And I'm doing just that. I'm going to piss. I did not come to be liked by many. I came to be the light. Okay? And so my family got a problem with it. My family, foe, and friends. I don't care about being liked. I don't care about having a lot of followers. And I damn sure don't care about having a lot of friends. That's not what my frequency is about. All right? All right. Now, people also think because I'm putting up my healthy boundaries that I'm holding grudges. If someone tells you that you are holding a grudge because you no longer want to deal with them in your life, that's low vibrational. Just leave them where they're at. Okay? They're going to say it's holding a grudge, but like I said, that is protecting your energy. Okay? And that's what I'm big on. All right? All right, now. All right, let's go ahead and I'm going to do some divine dating videos. I'm going to speak about that. So let me save that conversation. Let's see here. Let's see here. I'm going to talk about some things. I'm also going to discuss how, like I said, the Africans are going to be making videos. They're going to be apologizing to us because they've been coming over here getting our grants and our benefits, and we don't know about that. And so my fight family, what I'm doing is with this paralegal work to reclassify who we truly are and to help many with their genealogy. I'm doing my workbook, and I had to revamp my whole genealogy workshop. And so it's been just an amazing journey. When I was really upset with myself because I was so busy and I had a lot going on, Divine said, you got to balance this out. Like I told y'all, I am eating. Remember how I think it's a scripture saying that the Creator will prepare a table in front of your enemies. Oh boy, is that happening, family? Is that happening? Yes, it is. The moment that you realize who you truly are and your purpose, I had an epiphany. Maybe a couple videos, family, I was weeping about why is everybody always picking on me? Why am I going through so much? And I was just whining and weeping about, different things, but I figured it out now. I figured out because of my bloodline, family, because of what this guy, Walter Plecker, did to us, and because I've been chosen to be a curse breaker, now I know why military weapons was used on me. Now I know why I have a secret cult with a bunch of hoe witches doing root work and death spells on me. And I have more than 50 people working in secret behind me. But you know what? It doesn't bother me because nothing that they are doing is working. I am still moving forward with my genealogy website. All my books are going to be released. I'm just, who knows, I might go on tour. Who Are My Ancestors Tour 2026. I'm going to have to manifest that, family. Who Are My Ancestors Tour. And I'm coming everywhere. Oh, no, I'm just kidding, family. But, like I said, this is a My World video, and I can vent. of what I'm truly going through and what I am doing. So my paralegal work consists of reclassifying these so-called African American back to the Native Americans so they can have their tribal rights, their birthright lands. Majority of these casinos, that's your birthright inheritance, family. Okay? And so, like I said, Plecker, Walter Plecker. If you don't know Walter Plecker, look up Walter Plecker. I would love to know who his descendants are. I really would love to know who. I'm going to research who his descendants are, not to be malicious, because I don't even have that in me, but I just want to know who they are. I want to know who they are because I want to know, like, what was your ancestors thinking? Walter Plecker. I told y'all who Walter Plecker was. He was Virginia's Vital Statistics Register. He declared war on the Virginia Indian community. Plecker, who called Indians Negroes in feathers. What? He called my ancestors a Negro in feathers. Okay. Sought to liberate the Virginia Indians using what many have called pencil genocide, disallowing the use of the term Indian as a racial designation on government documents. Okay, family, if you don't know who Walker Plecker is, go to the Library of Virginia and get the original transcript. I'm going to post it. Like I said, this is like the original piece of paper right here. So, oh, I could zoom in. Yeah, okay. This is the original piece of paper. And this has all the names on it of all of our ancestors who were categorized or reclassified as just a colored folk, but in all actuality is really an American Indian, and they own land patents on this land. Okay, family, that is it. That is all that when it comes to our identity I want to talk about. Hey, like I said, on the next video, you don't want to miss it. It's going to be called To My Fellow African Americans. And I have a specific message out there for you, family. I have a message for you, okay? Now, in me doing some research on my ancestors, and I'm getting justice for many of my ancestors, okay? So that means I am writing to the British Museum. The British Museum has a lot of our ancestors' corpse, okay? All of our ancestors' ancestral items stored in a museum. Now, some of these items, I want to give some of my ancestors a proper burial. So I am going to be exhuming some of my ancestors. Many of them were murdered. So to prove that, I have to exhume some of them up, family. And so the good thing about it is they're not in the ground. They are in vaults. So we don't have to dig anyone up. We just have to pull them out of vaults. So that is my journey, dealing with the British Museum, dealing with the Library of Virginia. Let me get the list, family, because I saved the list of everyone that I am up against. My war starts with reclassifying, not just for me, but for all the so-called African Americans. Because like I said, I went around when I travel, and I'm having discussions because people just walk up and talk to me. Okay. I have that energy. Yes, I do. And so in the midst of our conversation, genuinely, I asked them, who are you? I'm black. I say, okay, black is a color of a crayon. Who are your ancestors? Well, they say we from Africa. I said, who are they? The government. And I say, you believe them? They're like, no. So who are your ancestors? And they're like, they don't know. That right there, family, that put gasoline to my fire, okay? And that, for anyone that wants to know why I am doing what I am doing, okay? Let's talk about my frequency and the people that I'm going to war with. Like I said, I'm not doing it by myself. I believe I have a soul tribe out there that are doing the same thing that I'm doing. So let's name the institutions that I'm going to war with right now. I'm going to name just a couple of them for legal reasons. However, I'm not doing this by myself. For those that are wondering, I have an amazing private investigator out of Illinois. Shout out to my PI. And so I am getting help. Do I want, will it take others? Yes, it takes a village, family. And so I am making these videos and letting you guys know. Number one, okay, so this war is for racial fraud, land theft, the archives, archival destruction, all right? And this is for the so-called African Americans. We got the state of Michigan. So this fight is for me. I'm fighting for my great-great-grandmother, Phoebe Johnson Culp. Her maiden name was Phoebe Culp, and so her married name is Phoebe Johnson. Okay, so I'm going after the state of Michigan for racial fraud, the Nansman Indian Nation, the Bureau of Indian Affairs, Howard University, Providence Hospital. Yes, I'm calling judgment actually. So that's why I'm naming these institutions out, family. I'm calling judgments. Yes, you must call judgment. And so they have to correct my ancestor's status. All right. So let's go ahead. I believe, the Library of Virginia. Who else am I calling out? I don't want to forget anybody. But like I said, if I forgot any of the institutions, I even wrote to the president family. Like I said, everybody is going to get a reclassifying certified letter from me demanding that they change our status back to what it was supposed to be. Okay? That's period. And, we got 400 years of identity erasure, family. I think that's very important for us to stand on business about. Okay? For me personally, I got 400 years of identity erasure, the theft of Matuka, aka Pocahontas head rights, which is land patents, okay? Profits from Jamestown, the Pocahontas exhibits, all right? Stolen legacy, my family's stolen legacy, family, okay? That's what I'm standing on business about. That's what I'm working on because America has my 12th generation great grandmother as a Disney character. And she was way much more than that. Over in England, she's a queen. But over in America, they want you to just laugh her off as a Disney character. Not on my watch, family. Not on my watch. Okay? My ancestor, Matuka, okay, Amanut, a.k.a. Rebecca, a.k.a. Pocahontas, she wants her original birthright name back, and she wants to be honored as such. Because, once again, I'm going to do that video and explain to the whole world. Family, like I said, the whole world got the whole story mixed up, okay? My great-great-grandmother was forced, kidnapped, and forced into Christianity, okay? So that's for another video. I'm going to do that on my Who Are My Ancestors Part 7. It's called The Pocahontas People. And I'm going to release who the true descendants that are living on American soil that are truly Pocahontas descendants. Yes, it's time for us to release that information. And so that is the focus on that video. But I want people to understand what's going on here. We basically went through a destiny swap. That's what that's called. We went through a destiny swap where many different races came against one race because they want our life. You ever meet somebody that wants your life? That's what we on. Many of these nations, they want our life, family. You feel me? They want our life. They can't have, nobody can have your birthright. Okay? If you truly stand on business and fight for your birthright, nobody can take it from you. Okay? And so that is my focus, is to fight for the descendants of the Pocahontas community. Look at this, family. Why is the oldest black community in the USA named after an Indian? Pocahontas, the oldest black community in the United States. They put the truth in your face, telling you who your great mother is. Many of the so-called African Americans came from the Pocahontas Matuka bloodline. Okay? They're royalty. They have royal European and royal Native American in their bloodline. All right? And, you know, it is what it is, family. You either going to find out who you are, where you come from, so you know where you're going. I think that is very, very important in this season. Okay? All right, now, I think I have covered oh, no, let's talk about it. I'm getting downloads of Sundown Town, family. Like I said, I've been telling y'all, I've been warning y'all. My ancestors said the Sundown Town's got to go. Now, I didn't say it. It was a download. For those that make fun of me about my spiritual downloads, come to the front of the classroom. All right, now, so I've been getting the download about the Sundown Towns. My ancestors are demanding that we end them. Yes, family. And so the Soul Tribe is ending them. I don't care how it's going to be done, but there is no way the originals are going to allow, okay, the Cabbage Patch Kids to tell us where we can move across our ancestors' land. So, yeah, the ancestors are upset and they want the Sundown Towns to end. Okay, that was a download I got. I've been getting, and it ain't going away. So so if you think it's went away, no, it's getting heavier. The energy is getting heavier and heavier. Okay, all right. Now, what else? Let's talk about the Grand Canyon. I'm about to head to the Grand Canyon, take my family there. Yes, it's calling me. It's calling me. So, for those that don't know, the Grand Canyon's North Lodge, I think it was in North Lodge, caught on fire. Okay? Things have been catching on fire and being flooded out. Okay? And so it says the Grand Canyon fire grows into a mega fire and creates its own weather. Y'all, if they don't tell y'all what's going on and people don't pay attention to what's going on in the world, okay? Or what's going on in the world. All right. We're about to have a lot of changes. Okay, family? We're about to have a lot of changes in the world. And it's okay. You don't worry. Don't have any fear. For those that don't know, we have a 3-wave solar flare ascension. Okay? It's been happening slowly and slowly. The first wave, the gentle awakening flash, the timeline began gradually around 2020. It's still going on through 2025. Activate the first wave souls, forerunners, the healers, the star seeds, the 144,000. Awaken to their divine memory and multi-dimensional senses. Dissolves illusions and elevate their frequency. Initiate a deep questioning of reality and inner, what is it? Oh, let me put this down here. Hold on, family. Inner transforms. All right, the second wave mass is Heart Awakening Flash. That timeline is expected late 2025 into early, I want to say 2026. Activate the second wave souls, those still unsure, closed off, or emotionally asleep. Awaken divine masculine hoots, especially those who have been running or resisting love. So this second wave is for the lukewarm. You ever heard of the lukewarm? Those that have their foot in the light and the dark, and they don't know if they want to be operating out of the dark or the light. Well, this middle one is for you. The full flash final pulse, the timeline likely from 2026 to 2027, with anchoring beginning beforehand. Final separation of timelines, 3D versus 5D. Activation of full light body codes in souls. Dissolution of false control systems in full transparency. Anchoring of the new earth. So for those that are not aware that new earth energy is coming in, and you must feel your emotions. You know, you can't run from your emotions anymore, family, okay? You can't run from anything, okay? That's called spiritual bypass. You must feel your emotions, because remember, your brain is like a computer. You have to get the memory, store it in the proper place, and control, alt, and delete what no longer serves you in your life. And if you don't, it's gonna get crazy for you on New Earth energy, family. You can't run from nothing, okay? You can't run from anybody or anything on this New Earth. You have to face the music, all right? You gotta face the music. You can't be running over to Africa from your American problems. In Africa, you can't be running over here to America with your African problems, okay? Well, for an example, shout out to the Passport Bros. I know a brother personally going through that situation. So for my Passport brothers out there, okay? So you could not deal with an American of your energy, of your bloodline on American soil. So you decided to go to a foreign land and date a foreigner, okay? And so, how is that working out? Because one of the passport bros I know, these brothers are going through it. So, from what I hear, majority of the passport brothers decided to date someone outside of their race because they thought the so-called African American sisters were what? Lazy, gold diggers, and unattractive, blah blah blah. But I think that for the first time in 2025, the so-called African American, we're a majority of business owners and homeowners and everything. So I really don't know where that statistic came from. Just like that Africa got all the gold and everything over there, but the gold rush was over here in California and everybody want to come over here. Okay? That was a lie. Okay? So to my passport brothers, all of you out there is not one passport brother that decided to date outside his race. No, don't get me wrong. I ain't got a problem with you dating outside your race. But when your intention was not pure, when your intention was because you weren't strong enough to deal with an American Negro Indian sister, a so-called African American sister, and you decided to go over to the foreigners because you thought, or because you said, or you felt that we were gold diggers. You know what's crazy? All the passport brothers that are dating a foreign chick, they are not winning at all. They went over there and got their ass handed to them, financially, mentally, and physically. And if they ain't hit that yet, I guarantee you they will. Okay? They went over there to the biggest gold diggers ever. Okay? All right? They went over there to someone who is not aligned with them. Their ancestors are not agreeing with those unions. The divine creator is not agreeing with those unions. I'm only speaking through what I'm seeing and through the experience that I'm personally watching someone going through. All the brothers I know that went over there and dated foreign, they are in debt. I can guarantee you, not one of them right now, their banking account is hurting. Their banking account didn't turn for the better, it turned for the worse. They're either taking care of them, supporting their lifestyle. Not one of the passport brothers are winning. Show me one. Tag one in my comments that are winning. Okay? From what I'm seeing, a lot of them are going through divorce, breaking up. They got businesses together. They done started a business with a foreigner thinking that it was going to work out, not knowing that your ancestors were at war with their ancestors. Yeah, you don't know that because you weren't awakened to who you truly are. Some of them are going to be life lessons. Okay? And that's what many of I'm watching them. Many of our passport brothers don't even know that their life lesson hasn't hit them unless they're listening to somebody like me or other people that are trying to awaken the tribe, my soul tribe up. Okay? So like I said, you're going to know your true divine counterpart, aka soulmate, whether it's a business partner or family or your best friend. Okay? Because number one, your bank account gonna get better. Your emotional state gonna get better. Your physical state gonna get better. And it's not by you waking up, hyping yourself up, giving yourself affirmations. Your divine counterpart is gonna feed your soul just by saying one or two words to you. That's how you're gonna truly know who you are meant to be. And I'm not going to take any more time, family. I'm going to discuss that on Divine Dating. For those that are wondering, hey, am I with the right person? Is this truly equally yoked? Am I spending all my time, money, and energy on the wrong person? I'm going to help you with that on my Divine Dating video, family. Okay? Now, like I said, in this video, I talked about everything going on in my world. And like I said, the paperwork, the paralegal work, it has, it costs, but what's a couple envelopes and, stamps? I'm not asking for any reciprocation for that because I get off on that. I get off on helping me find out who I am and helping the tribe out and helping other people out. I'm one of them people, I'm a giver. So givers, we like just helping people. And so I don't mind doing the paralegal work. But what I am asking for, family, for those out there who are wondering who your ancestors are, you're African American, you want to know who your ancestors are, you need some help, you don't want to come in my comments, you don't donate to my channel, write me a message, whether it's, hey, I want to talk to you, hey, I want to send you some information. I've already opened my door to many people. And yes, I've had plenty of people contact me. Okay? And I'm going to, on each video, extend the olive branch out to many. I don't care what race you are. You want to find your ancestors, I'm going to help you out. You ain't got to be African American. You can be whatever race, because remember, by me finding out who I am is going to help everyone else. And, a lot of those other nationalities know who they are and they know who we are. It's just the world's biggest secret. Okay? So once again, I'm here. I'm going to leave my P.O. box if you want to send me some information, email, whatever. I'm not going to leave my email. I'm going to leave my Cash App for those that want to donate to my frequency. Right now, with what I'm doing, when you donate, you are donating for the cause of me exhuming a couple of my ancestors. I have to do some DNA testing and some other testing on a couple of my ancestors that were murdered. Okay, so I have 3 bodies that I have to bring back up. A couple of them are not buried in the ground, they are in vaults. So it won't cost me as much, but do your research on what it costs to have to exhume a body, family. That's something that I have to do. So if you want to support me in that, hey, Cash App your girl, help me out. And if you don't, it's cool. If you can't afford it, if you can't afford a couple dollars, then hey, support me with support. Okay? Because support is free. All right? Meaning keep my videos circulating. Do what you got to do, whatever you got to do. Like I tell people, I'm not begging anyone. I am just asking for those that are interested. Hey, you on this journey? You want to jump on this roller coaster with me? Come on, because we on Thunder Mountain. We about to get on this family. I'm about to jump on this roller coaster with my ancestors. My ancestors said, baby girl, come on. You want to ride? I'm like, yes. I am riding with my ancestors till the wheels fall off. Okay? Okay, family. Until next time, family. Everybody, stay up, family. Stay proud. I'm not going to stay black and proud, because we ain't black. We're going to bury the black word. We're going to bury the African American. And when I make my videos, I will be stating so-called African American until they reclassify our true identity. Okay? All right now, family. Until next time, one,